The clock is ticking. This strike in Iran, just kilometres away from the country's only nuclear power plant. And the US president is warning the next strikes could hit the facility itself.
Very little is off limits. We have a plan, because of the power of our military, where every bridge in Iran will be decimated by 12 o'clock tomorrow night, where every power plant in Iran will be out of business, burning, exploding, and never to be used again.
As diplomacy stalls, US and Israeli strikes have intensified once more, and Donald Trump is reiterating his Tuesday deadline for a deal.
The entire country could be taken out in one night, and that night might be tomorrow night.
The commander-in-chief seemingly unmoved by the risks to civilians.
Mr. President, how would it not be a war crime to strike Iran's bridges in power?
Because they killed 45,000 people, they killed protesters, they're animals.
The rude rhetoric, arrogance and baseless threats of the delusional US president will have no effect on the continuation of offensive and crushing operations by the fighters of Islam.
A defiant regime is staring down the threats from the White House, instead calling on its youth to surround the potential targets.
Gather to tell the world that attacking public infrastructure is a war crime,
while countering with its own plans for peace.
A ceasefire means a brief respite, allowing the other side to strengthen its forces and commit more crimes afterward. No reasonable person would do that. Our demand is to end this imposed war.
A war the US and Israel have been waging on their own, prompting this swipe from the president.
And it's not just NATO. You know who else didn't help us? South Korea didn't help us. You know who else didn't help us? Australia didn't help us.
What help has Australia failed to provide as you understand it?
Well, that's not a question for me. We want to see a de-escalation.
Calls that have fallen on deaf ears in this 6th week of war.
Let's go straight to Matthew Doran now in Jerusalem. We're less than 24 hours from Donald Trump's latest deadline. Are there any chances of diplomacy reaching a breakthrough?
Lydia, good evening. There is clearly going to be a lot of wrangling happening behind the scenes from some of the regional players here, particularly Pakistan, keen to avoid a further escalation. But you'd have to say some of the Iranian counter-demands, wanting things such as reparations for the damage inflicted on the country during this war, are things that Donald Trump would never agree to. There are also fresh questions as to exactly who Iran is putting up to the negotiating table, with a report in the British newspaper The Times citing intelligence officials to say that the new Supreme Leader, Moshtaba Khamenei, is not only in hospital, but he is unconscious with serious injuries. Preparations are being made right across the region should this escalation occur. The only bridge, for example, between Bahrain and Saudi Arabia has been shut down indefinitely, just in case Iran decides to attack it. That Trump deadline, 8 p.m. Tuesday night Washington time, that is 3 a.m. here in Israel on Wednesday morning, 10 o'clock on Australia's East Coast.